So when I see her do something or, hit a jump, I'm just like so happy because it literally feels like I'm accomplishing something too, like I can relate because we're basically one person. Like at this point, we literally do everything together. And
Oh,
when you do something awesome, I'm aware of it right away, and I'm stoked for you. So I feel like you do the same thing for me too.
Yeah.
my teeth hurt. You guys are so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nick and Katie. Yeah. Katie, come on. We're going to need some more from you.
Oh, you want enthusiasm? I'm good at that.
No, we don't need any of that. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Doing great. Awesome. Where are you guys at there with your your house there?
So this is in the downstairs of our house. It's just like a really small room. Our house is actually only like 600 square feet. So we kind of have like a tiny house, but not exactly a tiny house. But yeah, so this is like our little basement bike room. And as you can tell, we dedicate quite a lot of our 600 square feet to our bikes. So because it's our main dig. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Where is that house located at on the map?
So we are in York, Pennsylvania.
York, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
My people are from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's pretty good riding out here, I'd say. Better than like Kansas or something for sure.
My mom's from Pennsylvania, from Brookville.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of it's a pretty big state. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
It's out west.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're more like kind of like South Central, so.
Oh, okay. So, what do you kids do for besides mountain biking and YouTubing?
I'm a hairstylist.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can see that with your pretty locks.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm pretty much putting all of my time and effort into YouTube. So I don't have a job right now. This is pretty much like just going at it. And she pretty much brings home the bacon, if you will. And I pretty much just grind on YouTube, and I'm just trying to get us to that point where we can, maybe make this more of a full-time job for both of us. I think you'll probably always want to do hair because you're so like passionate about it.
Hair.
But yeah, I just can't see myself working for somebody else. So I just want to go all in while I'm young, while we don't really have that many responsibilities or anything, and just, give it the shot. So
that is admirable.
Thanks.
That's how BKXC started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just said, you know what? I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm quitting my 9 to 5 and I'm going all out.
That's kind of how I feel. I just hated working for anybody. Any job I had, I was just like, this is just not fun. I was just always thinking about bikes. And I even tried working for like a bike shop, but I'm just like, I'm a certain type of person that just kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like I thrive working for myself. So here we are. We're going to give it the best shot that we can. So yeah.
You're doing good.
Oh, thanks.
Doing good. That's why I wanted to get you guys on. I don't know how I found you, I guess through Instagram or something. We're all, following each other, and I started watching your page, and I'm like, this is such a fun couple.
Oh, thanks.
The fact that you guys are doing it together is a great thing. Now, Katie, I've got a question for you, being a hairstylist.
Yeah.
I don't have any hair for you to work on, and what I do have, it's not a lot. But do you miss Nick's luscious locks?
I always say that I love it long and short, so I like his hair both ways. Yeah,
Because I was doing a deep dive, and you had the flowing.
Oh, It's such nice hair. Yes.
That's how it was when we met. Yeah.
Now, how long have you guys been together?
Like 4 years almost, probably about 4 years now. Yeah. Because we met like around spring, summertime. So I'd say, yeah, about 4 years.
Was this a high school? Because you guys are youngins. What are you, like 20?
No, I'm 30.
You're doing good.
Thanks.
I'm 27. And yeah, we met I can tell you the story of how we met if that's what you want to know.
Why not? We got time.
All right, word. So pretty much like we met through Instagram, kind of like we did. And I just like found her Instagram at one point, like years and years ago, before we even actually like met up in person. And I just thought she was like super cute. So I like just sent her a DM and was just trying to like get to know her. And then eventually we kind of started talking after a while. And then I was living in Colorado at the time. So when I came home to visit back in Pennsylvania, she met up with me and gave me a little haircut when I had my long hair. And then after that, we just like, I think it was like a week later, or maybe a couple of days later, I was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And then she was my girlfriend, and here we are.
Oh, Instagram love.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's how it starts these days, man.
That is amazing. See, that's why I could never, if my wife leaves me, I'm done. This face doesn't get swiped to the right.
Oh man.
Or whatever you're doing on the Bumbles or the tick. What are they? I don't even, you guys probably don't even know.
I never did that. I don't know.
So you guys fall in love through Instagram.
Yep.
And then about a year ago, I just watched this video the other day. You guys got married.
Yep.
Oh, what a great video that was.
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And seriously, it like really like it is one of those you just sit there and you watch it. Did you mean to post it? Did you really? You were like, Katie, did you say, can we keep something private?
No. I didn't mind. No.
Yeah, pretty much everything we do we put on the internet. So it's like, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Put it
awesome.
out there, yeah.
Especially since it was during COVID, like the beginning. And I wanted to share that with more people, you know, because they didn't get to be there. There was people that we really wanted to be there, but couldn't. So it was nice to share it with more people, you know.
For sure.
That's awesome. And I like the setting too. It was kind of rustic and
yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, we got a lot of that.
So you guys, you get married, you fall in love on Instagram, you get married. Probably one of the cutest couples on YouTube right now, mountain biking, or ever. So you decide to mountain bike. When did this happen as a couple?
Yeah, that was really random. Actually, our one friend just said, "Hey, come out riding on one of our local trails." And we're like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Bring your bike." And we're like, "Okay." And we just both went out at the same time, and we got into it at the same exact time, like the same day, same everything. It was crazy. We just like went out there, started riding, and then we just kept going, and it kept evolving and growing and growing.
Was that your first video, or was that before the first video?
Before we even knew about like YouTube and everything, like we didn't really even care about YouTube at the time.
Yeah.
We didn't even know. So
yeah, it didn't take long though until we started the channel. Like it was pretty much like we started the channel right when I guess right around when I got my first like entry-level hardtail, because I was riding like a bike I got off Craigslist or something, and it really was like I mean, there's some, you know, even entry-level hardtails that aren't really meant for the kind of riding we were doing, but this bike was like in no means ready for the trail. So around that time when we were starting to get more serious in it. So that's the cool thing about our YouTube is you can literally track us from the very beginning of our journey till now. So
yeah, that's why I love doing the deep dive. I love going for the first video.
Yeah.
The first video, what kind of bikes were you guys riding?
and mine was like a Trek, but it was it wasn't even a hardtail, was it?
It was a hardtail, yeah.
But it was just a rail trail bike, and I was riding it at like parks I shouldn't have been riding it at. Probably.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of messed up that bike from that.
It was good to you though, honestly.
Yeah, it was good. It was heavy, so kept me grounded.
Well, it was just a Trek, something you bought at a store, a few $100 kind of.
Yeah.
And Nick, what'd you have?
So I had the Specialized Pitch. I got it at like a local bike shop. This is a 27.5 entry-level hardtail.
Yeah.
That bike was really good to me too, but I kind of ended up beating the crap out of it, and so many things needed replaced that I just kind of fixed them to like a, you know, decent degree, and then sold that bike, and then got the full squish bikes that we have now.
Yeah, there's a point where you're like, okay, you can't keep putting money into this when I could put it into this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm a hardtailer.
Oh, nice.
I'm still I want a squishy.
Yeah.
I want a squishy, but like I bought it, COVID made all the bikes go away.
Yeah. True.
I say this in every interview, and that's why I've always had a rock hopper. And then I wanted more, but then COVID took all the bikes away and I had nothing. It was like $11,000 bikes sitting up on the racks.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. So I ended up just buying. I just threw the card at the guy. It was like in another state, and he goes, "Well, we can deliver it." And I said, "Here's my card. Just give me a new bike."
Nice.
I needed a new bike, but I'm looking at squishies now. It's one of those. I watch your channel, and I'm like,
yeah, they're just so fun, man. Like, it's just like, I remember the first time I got on my buddy's stump jumper and just kind of took it for a test ride. It's just like, it's almost like you're like on the moon or something. You're just like bouncing through, and it's like a whole different, I don't know. It's just something about it. I remember I like specifically remember my first time on a full squish bike, and I was like, I need this. Like, it's different for everybody,
It's one of those things where the hardtail keeps your skills intact.
Totally.
But I'll ride. I go out to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. My in-laws have a place out there, and we'll ride. The part I'll ride, and my nephew, and you just rent this huge downhill. I don't even know how much it weighs. It was a Norco something or other.
Okay.
But the confidence you get on a squishy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's totally different. Like, I would do stuff on that bike that I wouldn't even bother thinking about doing on my bike.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I haven't even ridden anything. We've never ridden like downhill bikes or even like a full on like enduro bike before. I mean, our bikes are like 150 mil travel from the stump jumpers, and then I have my 5010, which is like 140 fork and 130 in the rear. But yeah, I couldn't imagine what it would be like having like 200 mils of travel. I just feel like it's already so forgiving with these bikes that it would be pretty epic. Definitely looking at getting some enduro bikes there at some point. So
you guys are awesome. Like, I'm one of those guys, like, I could sit back and justify, like, my wife, I talk about, I'm looking at some YT bikes. I like the Evo, the Specialized. And my wife's like, you've got the what do you call that when someone else has something and you want it? Not afraid of missing out, but like,
yeah,
because you just want it because you're doing this channel. I'm like, no, I wanted a squishy before I got the. And I have so much trouble justifying it.
Yeah, it's hard, man. When you see everybody else with like $10,000 bikes, or I mean, even like, I think the bikes that we have are great. Like, if they're like, middle range, like they're kind of spec'd with, they're great components. Like, they're by no means like entry level, but I feel like that's really all you need once you get up to like, the spec that we have and spend that money. Like, I just feel like it's so freaking worth it. I couldn't even imagine like what a $10,000 bike would ride. Like how much better is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what is really the difference? I mean, there's got to be a certain point where your 11,000 is like you're doing enduro races and you are professional and you've already got it for free.
Yeah, you're sponsored at that point for sure.
Yeah, it's like buying I can buy a Honda Civic or whatever. It gets me from A to B.
Yeah.
Buy a Porsche. They both do the same thing.
For sure.
That's down here. I live in Miami, and I've always ridden a hardtail. And I'm like, well, why do I need, like, I'm not
true. Yeah.
There's no huge jumps here. There's it's very technical down here. But I can tell you, no, I can't tell you. By the way, and I tell this to everybody, my train derails constantly during this.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
I get to talking and then I'm like, where were you going, Johnny?
That's fine, man. I'm used to podcasts and the whole vibe of getting on tangents and whatever. So whatever we gotta do, man. We're just talking.
It's chit chat. We're just chit chat. Right? And again, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Now, Katie, when you first started, let me take you back to, hold on, where are you? There you are. Let me take you back to your first video.
Okay.
The riding, you guys have definitely progressed since that first video.
Yeah.
How did you feel going into this mountain biking scene?
Oh yeah, it's very intimidating. Very, very intimidating, especially for someone like me, which I was always considered myself not a sporty person. I never thought I was going to get into any type of sports. And I was scared to hurt myself and everything. I was just scared to try anything. But yeah, I feel like I've definitely gotten a lot better, you know?
Yeah.
I've definitely progressed and gotten over some fears that I've had. And yeah, I don't know. Just feel like I've definitely like blossomed recently.
When you first did it, and I'm asking this because I took her for the first time and I got yelled at.
Oh, no.
Like I've never been yelled at. Why did you think I could do this? And were you ever like, I'm out?
Yes.
I'm done. The Nick, this is your thing.
I mean, there was definitely times where you were sketched out, but like I was surprised at like how not sketched out you were and how like you were just, I don't know, you just kind of went with the flow. Like she's always been like down with the boys. Like we always go hang out with like my friends, do stuff like that, and she just fits right in.
I mean,
like,
he doesn't see my face all the time because I'm usually in the back of the pack, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm okay with that. But there's some times where I'm like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like I'm shaking, you know, like that scared.
I hear you yell sometimes.
Yeah, you'll hear me yelling. Yeah, I try my best.
That's a great thing is you don't, this is what I like about mountain biking is you're not competing against anyone but yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, even professional competitors at this sport, they're competing for themselves. Everyone else is cheering them on. And I have no issues getting off my bike and walking some features.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for over 20 years. But I'm 50. I don't want to hurt.
Right. It's always good to check stuff out too. Like don't just go like balls to the walls and get yourself injured because, you know, then you can't ride. So you want to take things like in strides. And I feel like we're both pretty good with that. Like knock on wood, like we have not gotten seriously hurt doing this yet, which is like amazing in 4 years, or I guess like more like 3 years. We haven't gotten seriously hurt. So hope that doesn't happen, but I don't know. We're both pretty careful people, I'd say.
I'm very careful.
I don't know about you, Nick. I've been watching your videos. You're balls to the wall.
He is.
Hey, I gotta do it for the viewers. So
now, Katie, do you ever worry about? And again, I'll say that again. He is Nick. I watch your videos, and you're just like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. There's a feature. I'm gonna do it. Exactly. Now, Katie, do you ever worry about?
Oh that? Yeah. I'm just like, okay, guess he's gonna do it, and I just hope he doesn't get hurt. Especially if we're just us, you know, if there's other people with us, I'm not as scared. But like literally going through like what's gonna happen if he does get hurt, you know, like I'm gonna have to carry him, and I don't know if I can. So yeah, I do worry about him, but at the same time, I know he's like good at this and he's fully capable. So on the other hand, I don't. So it's like, I don't know. I kind of have feelings about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually, I want to refer to your first video. Nick is like, it's a whale tail.
Oh yeah.
Take it. It's my first time doing it. Do it.
It's still one of my favorite videos.
It is. It's funny because you guys are just on your phone.
Yep.
Back then, you're just phoning it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I thought was great because I got to be honest, I'm a professional videographer as a profession. That's what I do for a living.
Nice.
I use this thing more than anything now. I have a $50,000 camera I put on my shoulder.
Oh, geez.
That work supplies me. I don't have that kind of money. And I use this now. It's amazing. And that was your first video. And I thought it was a fun video to watch.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It was the progression. You were like not leaving and now damn it, the battery's dead.
Right. Yeah. we always try to find the story. Like, I feel like that's one thing that's key with YouTube is, and I kind of knew that from the beginning because we would always watch, like, for the first, I don't know, 3 months getting into YouTube, we watched so many videos. So I just feel like I had like an idea of like what the cadence of a YouTube video was like. So the very first one we made, it was like, all right, let's literally just like copy what the videos are that we watch. And that kind of is what it came out to be. Like, it's kind of a little story, and there has to be some sort of overcoming of some sort of odds, and that's what it was. And yeah, it wasn't bad. When I look back on it, I'm not like cringing. It was like, this is a Capers video, I guess.
Yeah, but you know what? That's awesome that you picked up on the storytelling part of it, not just putting a GoPro on your chest and going.
Yeah.
Now, and you do voiceover too. I thought was great. You do the storytelling.
Yeah.
Did that come natural for you, or was that like you did 5 or 6 of the first video and then said, well, let me tweak this? And
yeah, well, I actually made YouTube videos when I was younger. I definitely can't share the name of those YouTube channels because me and my brother and our friends were absolutely ridiculous at that time and age. But yeah, I've been making YouTube videos since YouTube was like around, and I kind of stopped for a while when I was like probably like 16 to probably when we started this channel. So there was probably like, you know, like an 8-year gap where I just didn't make YouTube videos, but I was always making Instagram content and stuff like that. So even back then when I was a little kid, I just always just loved getting a bunch of footage with my friends, compiling it in a way that seemed interesting, and then just showing it to friends and family. So I guess maybe some of it came from there, and I don't know.
See, that's what I love about the creators and how it began. Like, this is why I started this. I don't want to create any more than this.
Gotcha.
I do it for a living. I put stories together. I shoot pieces together. So I was like, you know what? I fell in love with the mountain biking YouTubers during COVID. And that's when I was like, I want to get to know these people. I want to get to know all these. I want to get to know these, and I can't get them. But I got you guys, and you guys are. You just the other day you just blew up over 500 subscribers now.
Yeah, pretty hype on that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is. I'm sorry. I know people say 1,000 is your monetary, but you've got to be stoked to knowing that what you're creating is starting to catch on and grab people's attention.
Yeah, I feel like the last like few days for us have been really cool. Like, we posted that Blue Marsh video, and we've been kind of getting like friendly with the Bamba mountain bike scene. And I've kind of known for a while that like going up to Mount Penn and meeting those guys up there was going to be like a game changer for us, because I just saw us really fitting in with a lot of the people that we knew from up there, like Trail Sage, like a lot of people on Instagram. I could name drop a bunch of different people that we're friends with, but like, but everybody knows who they are pretty much. And I just kind of saw those people as somebody we could really kind of, you know, hang out with and make videos with. So ever since we started kind of posting videos up there, our Blue Marsh video did really well. And we went from like the one night it was like 489 subscribers to like the next day it was like 520. So it was just really cool. Like, I just feel like everybody up there like really was just like, you know, digging the content and really have just been so nice to us and so cool and welcoming that I feel like getting to be a part of the community and just getting to meet different mountain bikers has been really the key in growing a channel. Like, it's not about like the video production or anything like that. I think it's just really just being friends with people and, you know, just having fun, and people see that and they want to check out the places you check out. So, and yeah, it's been super cool.
Katie, have you met a lot of, and I ask you because you're a female, and I always call this like a boys club. And I know there's tons of female mountain bikers that I follow, watch, admire, sit back and go, oh my God. Have you found that while you're riding, have you been able to buddy up with other female mountain bikers?
Honestly, I don't know if it's this area, but there's not a lot of female mountain bikers around here. I even try to like bring our friends in, like, you know, like our actual friends to like, just come along. And I feel like nobody wants to. Like, I'll try to get people to come along, and it just like seems like just, I don't know, they just don't want to do it, you know, and it's hard to find. I end up riding with guys. Like that's what I do. Like there's no girls. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like maybe every once in a while there's like a girl, you know, at the park, but not often, you know. It's strange.
That's great. Maybe you're forging it.
Yeah, I hope
Maybe because
so.
you Pennsylvania, they're going to see you and then be like, you know what, she's doing it.
Yeah.
I would love that to happen. I would love to be like an inspiration to other females out there to get into the sport. It's really fun. I never thought I would be interested in it until I did it. You know, like I had no idea that I wanted it.
I find it interesting because like, more I go down here in Miami, each time I go out, and I haven't been out in a few weeks, but the more I go, the more women I see out there, and I freaking love it.
Yeah.
Her to do it. But yeah, I was wondering if that was something that like you bump into girls like, you want to ride with us? And
not often, honestly. Like there's probably way more guys like around our area than there are female riders.
Well, ladies in Pennsylvania, wherever they're from, where's my hand?
Riding.
Look up with this girl here. So you guys, you fall in love with biking. It was 2009? You started your channel in 2019?
I think so. We were just trying to go over the dates. Yeah, we're not like numbers people, so yeah, like weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you started backyard building.
Yep. Yeah, true.
Katie, did you think he was off his meds?
Honestly, I was okay with it. And like there was a point where it was getting like a lot, and I was like, okay, maybe we should take down some of these like really like weird things. But other than that, it was good. Like the things that he actually built were good. It's just when he started adding like what was the things that you like laid down like pallet boards and things.
Oh yeah, it was getting ridiculous with like the pallets because like there's a business near our house I was just getting all these pallets from and just creating obstacles with and stuff, and oh man, it looked a little tacky, but
yeah, that was it though. Everything else is good.
Yeah.
Now what were the parks where you are closed? Is that what got you guys into backyard building? Or
so I think a lot of it was just when COVID first hit, we were kind of like, what do we do? Just kind of like everybody was. Like, we were like, do we go like places and stuff? So we were just like really like just trying to stay at our house, at least for the first like, I don't know, a couple weeks or a month that it happened. So that's really when all that kind of like building really took off. But I mean, after a while, once we realized that like people could, you know, go outside and just try to distance from each other, we were out mountain biking. We kind of went up to like Michaud and stuff because our buddy has a cabin up there. So we were like, okay, we'll go up there with him. And that's just one person, or, you know, it was just a little bit more low key than maybe some of our local trails or something as well. But yeah, it wasn't too long until we started riding again, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, I was that's why I was asking Katie if she liked any of that. And you had that skinny with the little turn.
Oh yeah.
You were like, well, let's jump it.
Yep.
Let's try to get air. You got wood about this wide. You're like, well, let's get some air.
Yep. It was so frustrating because I literally cleared the jump and landed it perfectly, and again the camera didn't record it because it's just using my iPhone or whatever. Yeah, well, you were like up at the top of the yard or something. You were doing something else. We were like on full on like backyard project mode at the time. We were like, let's just do everything at the house that we can to make the house probably gardening or something. And so I had to do it again, and then that's when I like flipped over the bars, and it was literally when I just got the brand new bike. So like, of course I'm not worried about myself. I'm just like, oh, I trashed my freaking bike. So that's really all I was worried about.
So which is you care about. You're like, is my bike?
Yep. Yeah.
Now talk to me about the trails. What kind of trail systems do you have there? Do you have a lot, or are they named, or are they just something in the woods? Or
yeah, so I mean, I would say we have like it's no like, you know, British Columbia, Canada or anything like that, but it is definitely pretty good. Like I can't complain. We have some local trails that we go to that are just kind of like cross country trails, nothing crazy. There is some like kind of bigger features popping up here and there at those trails. And then the other one that we ride, there's basically two. Then the other one is kind of just more like cross country, good for like keeping up the cardio and climbing steep hills and whatnot. But a lot of time we'll go to Michaud State Forest, which is pretty close. It's only about like 45 minutes from our house. And they've got some pretty gnarly stuff up there. They got like the big rock drops and just like a lot of really wild natural features with lots of rocks and pretty good elevation. So find ourselves riding up there a lot. And then basically anywhere within like an hour, 2 hours, we try to check out new places all the time and post about them and stuff so that people can kind of get a glimpse of what it's like. And we try to make it not just, you know, like educational about the trails, but we try to make it entertaining too. So kind of show our little bit of flavor when we go explore. But yeah, we ride all sorts of stuff.
I love the fact that in your videos, it's not just POV. Like you'll get Katie and you get to see her shred, girl.
Yeah.
Watching, folks, if you're still watching at this point, you got to watch the progression of this girl, both of you. But and your style, you got the whole, and it's all looking. You guys all look good doing it. Now you guys travel a lot for this. You went to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Recently, did you ride in Baltimore?
So we went to Bacon Ridge on Monday. And we checked out this new like bike park that they have there, which is super freaking sick. It's basically like 3 different jump lines. Well, not all jump lines. There's like 2 jump lines, basically, kind of like a downhill bike park almost, but where you pedal back up to the top. And then there's like a black line too, which has some like drops and other features like that too. And we literally had the best time there. Like we met so many cool people. And that's one of the best things about traveling is like you just meet new people and get new perspectives and they tell you about different trails. And then you got a whole new list of places to check out. So yeah, we literally had the best day down there. I would highly recommend anybody.
And that's in Baltimore?
It's down that way.
In Maryland?
Is in Maryland for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm from Maryland.
Okay, cool.
And I before I ever mountain biked, I left. And I'm like, oh, all these people are mountain biking in Maryland. And then I saw you were in Baltimore. And I'm like,
yeah.
Baltimore.
All the cool riding's pretty much sandwiched between where we live and where you live. It's all like in the middle of like the East Coast, like North Carolina, like Virginia. Maryland's pretty cool though, honestly. They've got some really good stuff. Pennsylvania even too, but you know, I feel like that's really like for the East Coast, North Carolina, that area.
Yeah.
So
do you guys see yourself traveling more? Yeah, you might. Yeah. Let's back up. Speaking of traveling, you guys got married a year ago and you decided to go on a mountain biking honeymoon.
Yeah.
How did you pull that one off, Nick? Or was it Katie's idea?
Dude, honestly, like Katie is just as like with it as I am with mountain biking. Like there's never any like, come on, Katie, we gotta go mountain biking. Like she is 100% down. And yeah, my family has a lake house actually up in Racetown Lake where Allegrippus is, the super awesome trail system. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of made sense to go up there. That's where I like proposed to her and stuff. So we went up there and just had a really, yeah. And it was still kind of during that like COVID time where it's like we wanted to have like a big wedding. We were going to have this like honeymoon in like Colorado and stuff, like all these fancy things. And then we're just like, you know what, let's scale it down. It'll save money. And it's just like it's all good things, you know? So it was fine. And we kind of like the intimate wedding anyway. And then the nice intimate little simple honeymoon that we had was pretty epic. So they got to do some riding, so they can't complain.
Katie, was there at least something? I know you're a shredder, but was there was more at the honeymoon too? He made you dinner at the lake house and
yeah, we did a lot of mountain biking and
that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, she's the quiet one.
Yeah.
But she shreds.
She does, yeah.
Where's your favorites? What's your favorite mountain biking trail system in Pennsylvania? Or where's your favorite place you've been so far?
Oh man, that is a hard question. I haven't even thought of that yet.
You guys have been to bike parks? I saw one where you guys were going up the chairlift. Which one was that? I can't.
Yeah, Blue Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Blue Mountain. That was our first bike park that we ever went to.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I hate to answer this for you, but you just said you don't know. She's always like, let's go to a show. Like, let's go to a show, which is like surprising because like it is like the scariest riding that we probably do. But I think you just love like being out in the middle of the woods. Like she's like a crazy, like she loves nature. Like she's so about nature.
I just want to get lost.
Yeah, she just wants to explore and stuff. So like the show is totally your jam.
I also love the idea of going to new places. That's also a big thing. I'm like, where are we gonna go next? Let's do some research and find somewhere cool, you know.
For sure.
Is there a place that you're dying to get to?
Either
one of you?
What's that one?
Like Mountain Creek.
No,
like
what was that one place called? It was like in Patapsco. Yeah, I want to go there next.
Yeah.
Patapsco River. Where is that?
It's in Maryland.
It's in Maryland. That's why I'm like, why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, we heard about it because literally everybody at Bacon Ridge was like, Patapsco.
We're just following a trail right now. Everywhere we go, the next person tells us where to go. Now it's Patapsco. And when we go there, someone's going to tell us the next place to go.
Yep.
Hey, take the recommendations.
Yeah, it works.
For sure.
I was in Pisgah. I was near Pisgah during Thanksgiving. Great mountain biking. You know, Burn Park just opened up near there.
Yeah.
And I was there Thanksgiving, and my last day, I was like, told my wife, I'm mountain biking. Not my last day. When I got there, I'm mountain biking. And then I tore a bunch of stuff in my arm Thanksgiving. Yeah, no, it was bad. Me and my brother-in-law were like, you want to wrestle? Next thing I know, I have to go through a bunch of pictures to show you, but my whole arm was black.
Oh, dang.
So the last day I wanted to ride because it's like nobody else, everyone left. And it was just me and my wife in this house. And we were like, I was like, oh, there goes my mountain biking.
Oh,
so that's my place where I want to, North Carolina.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
That's where I want to be. I've been downhilling in Wyoming. I lived in California for a year. I did some mountain biking there.
Gotcha.
But that's another place, Sky Park. I interview a lot of people out west.
Okay.
I don't know if you've looked at videos of Sky Park or something.
Is that in California?
Yeah, that's out in California.
Okay. We'll have to check it out then. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. There's so many places. You got to come to Florida.
Yep. Honestly, I would love to go to Florida and ride. The trails there look kind of like my vibe, honestly. Just like features and like not much uphill or downhill. Like I don't necessarily like I like the downhill more, but like I just like just flow and just riding obstacles and features and skinnies. It seems like you got lots of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Google Virginia Key mountain biking.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that's where it's 8 miles away from my house, and it's stupid. It's mostly wooden features everywhere.
Okay.
And it's all pedaling. So bring your lungs.
Okay.
Bring your lungs. It's all there's no point where you can stop pedaling.
Okay, nice.
And it's because Irma came by and just flattened the entire island. There were all the trees were flattened, so they had to recreate all the trails with wooden features over the flattened trees and stuff like that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, there's a couple things there that I won't do because I'm old. Are there any things you guys won't do? Is there a white whale that you're trying for but you haven't gotten yet?
Ah, dang. So when we were at Bacon Ridge, we there were some jumps there. Also at Mount Penn, there's some jumps that I'm working my way up to. So that's kind of the thing that I'm mostly working on, is just getting the things that I can do now to just be bigger. And I think that's kind of what you're doing too, just working your way up, basically, just like finding a feature you can do and then be like, okay, how can I take this to the next level, the bigger feature, and make it just, bigger, faster, and better. So
I'm always learning, like right now I'm trying to learn how to jump, actually jump, features and things. So it's kind of new to me, kind of scared, but I'm getting somewhere. I know I can tell this next video, you can kind of see that I'm almost clearing a jump. So yeah.
You're not casing it. You're getting, no, good for you, man. That's sending it. God, I'm wearing a shirt that says send it.
Nice.
I do that dead sailor thing.
Okay.
and people are telling me that because I'm clipped in. Are you guys clipped in?
No, we both read flats.
There's that separation.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I'm looking at flats. What do you guys, what kind of flats you got? What would you recommend?
So the 1-Up pedals, the aluminum pedals that I have on my 5010 definitely are like my favorite pedals I've had. I've had the race face Chesters, which is what you have on your stump jumper right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna take those off.
You also have a set of 1-Up pedals too, but they're on your,
I'm gonna switch them.
Like other bikes. So yeah.
Bikes, how many bikes do you have?
Oh man, we're like getting rid of bikes, honestly. We had more. Your bike's in the bedroom.
Bikes in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nick, what bikes do you have?
So right now I have my 5010, which is by far my favorite bike. All the other bikes hate that bike because they get left behind all the time. And then I have my stump jumper, specialized stump jumper. It's a 29er, and I'm not a big 29er guy. I was kind of pushed into that whole thing, and I just kind of found that 27.5 is just so much more fun in my opinion. So I got a 25 or 27.5, and I'm just like super hype on that. That bike I'm actually trying to sell right now, and then also the Kuwahara, which is like my 1980s vintage mountain bike, the yellow bike. It's in a couple of videos too.
Yeah,
I'm also trying to sell that too and buy an enduro bike eventually. So that's the plan.
Katie, what kind of rigs you got?
So I have a Specialized Expert stump jumper, and I have a Foundry Broad X, which is like a trail bike, like a gravel trail like type of bike. So yeah, I don't know.
Which one's your favorite? You like the stump jumper?
I definitely like the stump jumper better, 100%. I ride that one the most. I feel like I never ride my Foundry anymore. I feel like we're just always mountain biking now. I do like gravel rides though. I do. We just haven't gone on too many recently. We'll need to go on some.
Yeah. Soon. I don't know. There's nothing gnarly enough on the rail trail.
I'll go by myself.
Right. No, it's fun. It's fun to explore. We'll have to find some cool new places to explore. That's what makes it fun, I feel like.
Yeah, we can go towards Maryland. Maryland probably has some good places.
Yeah.
You guys keep talking about Maryland. I get homesick.
Oh, come up and visit. We'll show you some cool stuff that we found.
Oh man, this is a reason why I'm doing this. Is if I go anywhere, I can meet up with somebody.
Totally.
And ride. So train. You guys decide, or Nick, you decide to YouTube it, and Katie was okay with it.
Yeah, it was kind of both of our decision, honestly. Yeah, she was definitely a little bit more like kind of like how she's been ever since I met her. Like she's very like introverted and shy, but once you kind of introduce her to something, she like really opens up and she's like super adaptable. Like I feel like the person she was when I first met her is like so different than how you are now. Like you're so much more comfortable. Like if when we first met, you would have never agreed to doing this, honestly. No. Like she's so shy, and like it's just like I tell her and like give her the reasons why, and I think she sees that it's like it's good to like put yourself out there sometimes. And so yeah, she's always on board for anything. Like that's literally why she's the best wife ever, because she's always just like, yep, let's do it, whatever. Like she's well.
You say she's introverted and shy, but she's got an incredible, like her Instagram.
Yeah.
Like you put yourself out there, Katie.
Yeah.
Well, she's also got, and Nick, she's got the Instagram face.
Yeah, she's got.
Don't get mad at me. I see a painting in a museum I like, and I say it's pretty.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier for me to express myself on Instagram. Like I find it harder to express myself verbally, but like when I'm like, I can have like creative freedom with like my pictures and my videos and how I portray myself on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So.
You're an artist. Like she paints and does hair. Like her hair, she refers to it more as like she's painting hair because she does color and stuff. So it's like more like an art form to her that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, anyone who can cut my hair and make me look good is an artist. I think we're having a hurricane out here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I mean, it's like blowing out. I don't know if you can hear it. It's like hitting the window here. This is my TikTok. I don't know. I'm like a 13-year-old girl here. I've got the word. You've got you just did yours.
Yep, we got the green light on to match you, so we're like it'll be on point with both of our brands.
Yeah, we did that on purpose.
When you guys started the YouTube thing, were there any inspirations? Were there other YouTube? Were you paying attention to other YouTube mountain bike YouTubers?
For sure, yeah. So I think a big influence was obviously the OG Seth Bike Hacks. Like everybody that mountain bikes knows that guy. And I think a lot of the storytelling stuff comes from him. And pretty much all like Phil Metz, like Skills with Phil.
Yeah.
Like BKXC, you had him on there. Like he's one of the big dogs. Like that's really cool that you like interviewed him and stuff, man. Like he's definitely somebody we've watched videos the whole time. I mean, there's tons of accounts out there. I like watching Pink Bike because it's like gets a little nerdy with stuff, and I kind of like that. And then the 50-to-1 guys, the guys that people say they get trendy in the woods and do little like little gnarly,
crazy stuff,
BMX type tricks and stuff. I really like those guys. So a little bit of our like a little bit of our vibe kind of comes in there, I think, too, with some of our edits. So.
Yeah, BK, and you bring him up. I thought it was one of those where just throw it out there, emailed it, throw it out there, man. And then like a week later, I got the email back, and I'm like, oh my, because he's those. I mean, Seth, of course, you can't even contact him. He's too big now, but his earliest Seth Bike Hacks videos. A lot of them are shot at the trail that I ride now. He's from down here in South Florida. Nice. And then he moved up there and became Burn Peak. But yeah, those are, and it's funny that you talk about, we're talking about influences is I didn't have an influence for what we're doing here other than this is what I've done professionally for so long. And then all of a sudden I start YouTubing mountain bike interviews. Because I thought I was just like, I just want to interview these people. Like I want to get to meet you and Katie and all these other people. And then all of a sudden I found Biker B1 and then the segment and then some other people. I'm like, well, maybe I should have watched them first. Could have gotten some influences, and they have influenced me over the time.
Yeah.
You can't
I think I heard something. I don't know. You have the AC running. AC storm going on.
I didn't know it was going to come down like that. So, YouTube. Back to the YouTube. Sorry, I warned you.
No, you're good, man.
The YouTube. How hard do you find it to come up with new content each week? Because you guys, you put it out every Sunday, right?
Yeah, we try to do a bit. Well, we do a video every Sunday for the last like 6 months now. I think we've been pretty steady with every week uploading. I think that's definitely key. And it's definitely hard sometimes. Like there's definitely some times where I just kind of like poop something out because I had nothing really better. And I always try my best to make it as good as possible, but I think you can honestly tell when like the energy is really there and when we're really like excited about what we're doing. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like whatever I'm actually thinking about that week, like if that's what I'm excited about, that's what's going to be the best video. And we have like a whole list of ideas that we can kind of fall back on. But I feel like whenever we end up doing that, they're never as good as the videos where we're like super stoked to go check something out. And we're like, you can see the enthusiasm or sometimes when I get like a new bike part or something, I'm just like, I can't wait to put this on my bike. And I'm just super stoked about it. So I feel like those videos are the best. Just kind of follow your heart with the videos and they'll be good.
Now, Katie, are you involved with what's next week's video a lot, or are you just like,
oh, if Nick's like kind of in like a little, he's having a creative block, then I can kind of step in and be like, well, what if we do this, or what if we do that? And I try to come up and brainstorm ideas, and then I write them down, and then he kind of goes through that list, because we have like a list of like ideas, and I'll come up with an idea randomly sometimes, and then he'll write that down if he finds that interesting or something. So sometimes if all else fails, we can refer back to that random list of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's good, because and you're in the room right now. You did the video of the minimalist YouTuber, whatever, and
Yeah.
I found that really interesting.
Oh, thanks.
But like, I was getting ideas from you because I mean, my house it's weird. It's weird. Well, my wife's desk is right next to mine right here with her computer. And then there's other stuff over here. There's exercise equipment, got Peloton.
Nice.
But I'm like trying to figure out like, how could we maneuver, and just a shelf, like the shelving unit you got there with a light on it and stuff. Like, did that just happen to you? You're like, hey, I want to put this together. Let's make a video and share this.
Yeah, so that video, I mean, that was one of the videos that I feel like a lot of times this will happen. I'll think so hard about an idea and have this whole like idea mapped out in my head, and then Katie will get home from work and like say like a sentence to me about the idea, and then I'll just be like, crumble up the whole idea and throw it away kind of thing. Not because she like critiqued the idea, but because she said something that I'm just like, duh, why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So the whole video at first was going to just be us redoing the bike room. And then it kind of turned out kind of boring in my opinion. So then we made it about the lights and like the lighting and stuff. And to be honest, the video didn't do super good. And I think that's because like, obviously we're mountain bike YouTubers, not so much like in videography, but you know, we always just kind of try different things. Like we tried even making like viral videos before, like the pulling Katie's car with a bike thing. We were like, oh yeah, that'll go viral. Like,
I was getting
not so much all the time. Sometimes the tried and true is just, you know, sticking to exploring the trails or what our viewers are kind of liking the best. So but yeah, that was a fun video to make. I like doing things that are more like, I don't know if you know Peter McKinnon. That guy, he's like he kind of does videography and photography, but like I like that kind of stuff too. So trying to throw different interests in, you know, here and there is fun.
And that's what I really enjoy about your page, and why I fell in love with it is it's not just riding.
Yeah.
You have mixed it up. You've got the bike tools. What's a good way to have a pack, or what should you just have right now?
Yeah.
What are some necessities, and you're building that, and the pulling of I wanted to get to that, the pulling.
Oh yeah.
How did he talk you into that, Katie?
Was that my idea? I can't remember.
It was your idea. You wanted to pull a car.
I think it might have been my idea. I can't really remember, but I feel like it was, and I think I was just trying to think of like how to make a viral video.
You're like, I'm 100 pounds soaking wet. I want to pull a car with my bike.
I looked on YouTube to see if there was anyone else that has done it before, and no one had done it before. Like no woman had ever pulled a car on a bike. So I thought I was going to do that, and I would be the first person. It would go viral, but it didn't work.
But you did it.
Yeah, I did it.
And were you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I do. I was. Yeah.
Now, Nick, did you think she was going to be able to do it?
What was that?
Did you think she was going to be able to do it?
Oh yeah, I knew she could do it. Yeah. Because I mean, I had like pushed cars in the past, and I like know how strong Katie is. Like, you know, your car breaks down, you got to get it a certain amount of feet off the side of the road. And I was like, Katie's strong, she can do it. I think she's got it.
That was an interesting video just to watch you guys tie it up.
Yeah. Oh, that was the hardest part about it. We spent so much time trying to like figure out where to tie it from and all that jazz. And yeah, that was difficult.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still sticking around at this time, Katie pulled a car with her mountain bike. Go to their page right now and check it out. Oh, whoa! You just light burn.
Oh yeah, we just lost our light there.
But you can still see your face. Here's another one.
Yep.
This was a brave video. The day in the life of a mountain biker.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
I watched all 45 minutes of it.
Okay, nice. I appreciate that.
No, but Katie, was that your idea?
Was it? I can't remember. Just
The
so
good
many.
ones always
That
come from
was
the
great.
women. The women are smarter than the men.
Yeah.
Yep. She's the idea machine, honestly. We both have our strong suits, and coming up with ideas is not my strong suit. That's
I'm
totally her.
creative.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
creative.
very creative.
Yeah, I used to review movies for a living, and I'd come up and they were goofy, and I'd come up with bits. I'd dress up like a Smurf, do stupid stuff, and I'd always run it by my wife.
Yeah.
You got to run it by the wife first, and then she'd go, you
For
know
sure.
what, you got to do it this way. And you're like, son of a, you're right.
Yep. Gotta listen to your wife. That's one thing that I learned being married is just like listen to your wife and your life is so much easier. It's just they somehow know, even if there's no logical reason for them to know, they just know something we don't.
Yeah, there is. And I just at this point, I'm 15 years married. I just look at my wife. Like she knows what do I do, honey?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm that guy. If she left me tomorrow, I don't even know where the checkbook is.
Right.
What was that? And I want to get to that 45-minute video of the day in the life. Did you actually you both wore GoPros?
Yeah.
We have one GoPro, but we switched it back and forth pretty much. Yeah. Just trying to keep the batteries charged all day.
So we took it off and then he put it on and then he took it off and I put it on, just switched back and forth.
Yeah.
How is that to put together as an editor, video editor?
Oh man, the videos where we have so much footage is just sometimes absolutely brutal. It can take that's the one thing we were just saying that must be so nice about your channel is like you have this doing an interview is hard, this is you're getting her done though, and then it's like it just probably I don't know what you do, I don't know what other editing you do, I'm sure there's some other behind the scenes work prepping questions, but at least you don't have to do the editing. Sometimes the editing on 6 hours worth of footage can be just totally exhausting.
Oh man, no, I do editing because I haven't done this live yet, and I'm working on that. I'm working on a background and stuff like that.
Cool.
But I do have the wooden background that I have and my logo. I actually have 9 layers of video when I'm done.
Oh, nice.
But it's cut and paste. And like I said, I do this professionally. So I wanted the easiest. And it wasn't because I wanted the easiest. I'm sorry, I keep wrinkled here. I want to look nice for you guys. It's not that I wanted the easiest. I wanted to meet you guys, but it really is compared to you guys with a long video like the day in the life and all the footage you had to have. Oh.
Yeah.
What do you edit on?
So I edit on my MacBook Pro on Premiere Pro is the software that we use.
Now was that self-taught or is that?
Yeah, self-taught. So I know it probably takes me a little longer. I don't know all the keyboard shortcuts or anything like that. So it's definitely just watching YouTube videos and trying to figure it out, kind of having an idea of what other people do and what something looks like, and then just trying my best to articulate it into a Google search to try to get the effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been working. You pick up little skills every video, every kind of new challenge you want to try to figure out.
Now back to where you guys are sitting. You said that video didn't do very well. I don't even know how to ask this because I'm a YouTuber as well. You never know what's going to do well. You got to put it out there in the ether.
Yep.
And cross your fingers and pray, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you been able to find out what people looking through your videos and go, okay, well, the riding videos are getting more, or the how-tos are getting more?
Yeah. So there's definitely been some videos that we've been the toolbox video, for example. That was our most viewed video. I think it has 8,000 views or something around that point. So we're all right, let's make a, that was the big toolbox video. Let's make like a basic toolbox video. That video did okay, but it didn't necessarily do as good as that video did. So it's like, okay, well, maybe back to the drawing board. And we kind of realized recently that whenever we go to a place like Michaud or Mount Penn, all the places that we ride, as long as there's enough people that go to those places, if you make a good video about them, most likely, if you just search like a random place in Pennsylvania where people ride, there's not going to be, Seth Bike Hacks going there and doing a beautiful presentation on it. So we're like, all right, well, we could probably make a video at least as good as what people have out here now, or maybe even better. And those videos tend to get like a steady amount of viewership, which I think is kind of what we're realizing now is the key. Not trying to make the Mr. Beast video getting, a million views and just popping off like that. I think it's more about building the genuine followership and just kind of slow and steady. And I think that's really what our niche is. We've kind of realized that the last 3 weeks, especially with our videos we've been putting out, because they've been doing all right. So
do you ever put out a video, and this is for Katie too, do you guys ever put out a video and you're like, and then it just, and you're like,
oh yeah,
son of a, like, have you ever gotten to a point, because I know you said you're all in. Have you ever gotten to the point where you were just like, maybe not? Like, have you gotten that disappointed where you like what are we doing?
Yeah, like a discouraged kind of feeling when you put out a video that took a lot of effort or a lot of thought or, a lot of your time, because it takes an entire week to edit one video for us.
Yeah.
And that's Nick working all day, every day trying to put out this good video. And then it tanks, like sometimes that's discouraging. But then you get a good video and it goes really well and it didn't take that much effort and it's like easy. So, and you just kind of pick up on that and you try to do more of that, like kind of working on what type of video you want to do, because we're like always doing different types of things. Like we're trying different things, see what might pick up, what might not, and trying to read where these things are coming from, all the views are coming from. And it's hard figuring all that out and trying to find your niche in like the YouTube world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I start when I'm 50 and I do an interview one. I can tell you, and I look at other people's interview ones and you sit back and you're probably better at the analytics and all that other stuff, Nick. Do you pay attention to all that and how it works and tagging and
yeah, we try our best to try to like look up YouTube videos that kind of suggest or kind of teach you in a way of how to like create a good title, create a good thumbnail, that and then also, like in the description, make sure you use like the keywords kind of in the beginning, all the things that they would kind of tell you to do as a good practice to like ensure that your video, if it is a good video, will do the best that it can. So as far as analytics go, we do try to look at like what does well and then try to, reproduce videos like that, or try to be like, oh, that's kind of the vibe that we should go for because that's what our viewers are picking up on.
This is working. Maybe this is something that works. Let's try this.
Totally.
Yeah, it's funny. I like to call my good friend Mark Hill. He has a page called The Segment. And I was talking to him one day and he goes, well, he was like, I love what you're doing, because he does the same thing, but he also puts out other videos. And I said, man, I really want, do I want the subscriber? Am I worried about it? No, because I'm doing this for fun.
Yeah.
I have a job. My wife has a job. We're okay. I don't need it. But would I like to be wasting Nick and Katie's time for however many views? No. I want them to have lots of views for this. And I want my job as doing this is to help get people to your channel. I want people to go to your channel. My whole business model is to promote others. And he goes, Johnny, this is just a photograph in time. Yeah. Because what you're putting out, that where you guys are sitting right now, that might only have, I don't know how many views it had. Let's say it had 100. 2-3 years from now, new people are still finding it and watching it. It hit me. I'm like, sometimes you don't get it instantly.
For sure.
I work in a business where we get instant gratification.
Yeah.
Television where people are, oh, you did good for today. Here I have to sit back and I don't know if you, Nick, and I'm rambling. Nick, are you like this today? I call it giving birth.
Yeah.
You put out the video and you're like,
oh my God. Yeah.
You're on the tube, buddy.
I get sweaty. Yeah, man. I just like, there's this, with what we're talking about, I just feel like I should throw out this little thing that I heard from another YouTube video. And it's basically this experiment that scientists did with rats, where they basically like fed the rats every time that the rats would do a specific thing, whether it was like, I don't know if they like scratched themselves, I forget what the exact experiment was. And then they would administer some food to them. And then basically after a while, the scientists decided to just administer the food randomly. And so whenever the rats would get food, they would just basically try to do whatever they were doing when the food was administered to them so that they could try to get the food again. And somebody explained that that's kind of what it's like to be a YouTuber, is you're just basically just doing stupid random things that make no sense trying to get fed. I feel like that basically explains what it is like every time I post a video. So it's just like, I hope I get fed from this.
YouTubers are a bunch of rats.
Yep.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, I got to tell you, you're talking about thumbnails too. All that one I did of you guys today.
Yeah. Oh.
I need a new keyboard. No, and I hope you don't mind. I stole that picture.
Oh, that's fine, man.
But well, you put it out there. I took it.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that. We're a couple YouTubers shooting the bull right now. Is that like, I didn't know that at first. Like you probably did your research, and I'm like, oh God, you got to see my thumbnails in the beginning were just horrible. And now I'm starting to do like cutouts and fancy lettering. Oh, I can't even find one. It's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, it's funny. Like, my train again. I'm sorry, guys. I know you have things to do in your life. And take a pause here for a second.
All right.
Thumbnails. That's where we were.
Yeah.
Thumbnail. Now, does Katie have any say in all this stuff?
Oh, for sure.
She's a creative one. Katie, be honest. You come up with the thumbnails.
No, I don't come up with the thumbnails. Nick makes the thumbnails, and then he says, what do you think about this? And I go, oh, well, like, what if we move this there, this there? Usually I try to create like some kind of like flow to the picture, like almost like a triangle, so that it leads your eyes into different places, you know? So it's kind of visually like pleasing to look at. Yeah.
Again, Nick, she's the creative one. Always listen to the wife.
For sure. She is definitely I just kind of like do stuff randomly. Like I do like the physical labor of the craft, but she's the one that puts the cherry on top and makes sure that it's good before we send it out to anybody. So
oh my God. I'm learning so much from her.
Right? Yeah, she's the best. I would not be able to do this without her. Like just because it's my voice and me wearing the GoPro most of the time. Yeah. I feel like it's a 50-50 thing because a lot of the behind the scenes stuff is totally Katie.
Like shooting the videos, I do a lot of that. Like the GoPro footage and iPhone footage. I try to like make it as good as possible, you know, like try to get different angles and different viewpoints and just make it look as cool as possible, you know?
Yeah, you're really good at that.
I'm gonna have to pick her brain for all that. Maybe that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are Instagrammers too, and I found this out. Did you find this out before or during YouTube? Like as I started this YouTube page, I found out that's where the mountain bikers are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we kind of started both of them at the same time. We made our because we've had like Instagram profiles of just our regular life. So of course we're like, all right, we should make like MTV one specifically. And
so we started all over again.
Yep. Yeah. Started 0 followers and built it up. And you're doing freaking good, man. Like she's like I
cracked the code.
Yeah.
I cracked the Instagram code.
Come on, Katie, tell us the code. At least tell your husband.
So you have to make reels. That's what it is. You just have to make reels.
Yep.
Yeah.
I learned that, and I told my wife this recently because she does social media for a business that you think she'd be helping me. It's a real estate company. But anywho, yeah, wow, Katie, almost 2,300.
And it keeps, I'm like, I feel like it's because of the reels. Like, I know it is. It has to be. It's like all the views you click on, you can actually like see the analytics of each post that you make, and you can see how many people have viewed it. And it's like, some of them I have like 15,000 views on them. That's a lot. Yeah. And that's just from the reels. In the pictures, like you only get so many views and so many likes from the pictures. But with reels, it reaches a wider audience for some reason. Don't know why, but
Nick, let's
get on the. I know, right?
Me and you.
She's my go-to. Like, she's like my Instagram coach. I ask her questions all the time. And like, I have like a background in like marketing and stuff. So like, I'm like thinking like, oh, I know everything about this. And I'm just like, why do I have 500? She has like almost 3 times as many as I do. And so
I was thinking about the reels, man. Speaking of the reels, I put a dumb reel. I put a goofy reel out just recently when I had the COVID, mountain bikers, are stupid or something. And I kept pulling whatever.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
And you're right. And you sit there, you don't say anything. You pull the paper out, and I was pulling that one out. I saw it and was inspired to do a mountain biker one, but you're right, Katie. I had like almost 3,000 views.
Yeah, you see? Yeah. Oh my God. That's
almost awesome. All of them. I posted some dumb thing with my dog. My dog is fucking cute.
Yeah.
And he got like almost 8,000.
Oh my God.
So you're right. Like, seriously, like, Nick, come on, man. Me and you, brother.
I know. And I'm so like into my own like riding. I'm just like, I'll just post a picture of me doing this little jump. And it's just like, no one cares about your jump, Nick. Like, it's just like, it's all about like the reel that you made with the funny slides. I was like, dang it, that's going to do so good. Like, I could just tell right away, because it's like, that's what people want to see. It's just like instantly engaging. Like, you see the sign, and like, it's just funny, and it's just like,
And she's right. Man, I'm really taking this to heart, and I'm using this now to learn more about how to be a better YouTuber. Not about you guys anymore. But you look at Colorado Kid and Normal Mountain Biker.
Oh yeah, I love those guys.
But they're all reels.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Katie is on to something, folks.
Yep.
I'm never posting a regular thing again. It's all reels.
Yep. Seriously. Yeah. I follow this one guy that gives like tips and stuff basically on Instagram. And he always says like, whatever you would make like a picture or like one of those slideshow things, just think about a way to make it into a reel, and you're just instantly gonna do so much better. It just makes sense. People are more interested in watching a video than they are reading a non-moving, non-interesting, just little glowy picture on your phone. So
I'm gonna reel you guys. I'm gonna reel you guys. Instagram. There goes the train. Son of a. I hate this because I get to listen. I'm one of those people that actually listen.
Yeah.
I don't have my next question locked and loaded, and I'm just shaking my head, and then I'm like, next question. And then I forget it. I'm sorry I listened to you guys.
I'm glad you
listened. Oh, it's okay. So I'm just talking.
I didn't mean it. I'm so upset with myself right now because it was a killer. It was a boom of a question. Your boys that you ride with, do you want to give them a shout out? Because you guys ride with a lot of people. It's not just you two.
Yeah.
You guys got a crew there. What's that like? What's the bike scene there in Pennsylvania?
So the scene here in Pennsylvania, I mean, first of all, we got to shout out our homie Chris Nasmack. That's like the dude that we pretty much ride with in a lot of the videos. He rides the enduro bike. He's always doing the craziest stuff. That's our boy. And then our friend Dwayne Ferguson, he also rides with us. None of these guys are really big on like Instagram, so I'm not gonna like give their Instagram handles because I mean I don't think they really care. They'd probably like being called by their names anyway. And then our boy Tom Skihan too. He also rides with us, and we've had like a lot of our other friends kind of get into it and stuff too. But those guys are definitely, they've ridden with us a good amount, so you'll see them in like videos that we post, like especially at my show and stuff. And then as far as the mountain bike scene goes, like we've been trying to like get close with the Bamba mountain bike scene because I feel like the dudes that ride in there are just like super nice, super great riders, and the riding around there is just like absolutely amazing. They just have a really great mountain bike community. So them, and yeah, just pretty much everywhere we go, we just try to make friends with people because you know how it is, like being a mountain biker, like you're at your local trailhead, like people are just cool, honestly, that mountain bike. I don't think we've ever really met anybody that was just not pleasant. That's a legit mountain biker, you know?
There's some about this, and that's why I love doing this. And people are so giving and wanting to do this with me is that the scene is so, like, I'll be putting my bike up on a rack and then the dude's starting and you start talking about like, what are the conditions today?
Yeah.
Or a guy's putting his bike on his rack, and I always keep a 4-pack of PBR. I don't know what your choice of drink after a ride is. And then I hand it over, and next thing you know, you're chit chatting, and
nice.
It's such a, what is your favorite little beverage after?
Oh man, so we're like big beverage guys. Like we're always like drinking something. Like I mean, I think I already finished it, but like we drink like healthy drinks and stuff too. But we like a beer from time to time. We like our coffee and stuff. But yeah,
I would say
we're always
kombucha.
sipping something. Kombucha is probably what you would find us drinking.
Is kombucha?
It's a prebiotic health drink.
Is it? Because I've seen it. There's a store down the street that has like shelves of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good, man. Try it.
Afraid of it. You think I should try it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you like soda, it's like good because it kind of is like it's not sugary, but it's like a delicious carbonated beverage. So like, I don't know. I love soda. Like if I was going to just drink something just for the taste, like I would drink that. We have to direct
him towards the right ones because there's some that are like not so good, and then there's some that are really good.
Yeah, I got off this soda. I'm serious. I used to drink Diet Coke like it was going out of style. Like I was just, and I was like, this is not good. So I only drink water.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Unless it's vodka. Unless I'm drinking vodka, it's only water. I'm a big guy, and I don't think I need any more bad in me. And I thank you, because I wanted to bring this up before anything was over. You guys are hardcore vegans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who got who into that? The smart one again.
When I met him, he was doing the keto diet. You know the keto diet.
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah. So he was only eating like fats and meats and things like that. So now, I mean, when I met him, that's what he was doing in Colorado. That was his like thing that he was on.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like that's fine. Like I'll try to do it too. And I was like, what did I do? Why did I do that? Because like being vegan and keto, not a good idea. Not a good idea. And I did not feel well doing that, so I stopped doing it. And then he just decides to like go vegan randomly.
Like not vegetarian. You just went full on no animal product.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Just like all of a sudden, well, I was vegan.
Yeah.
And like he's like, well, you cook and I'll just eat your food. So
pretty much. Yeah. And then after a certain point, I was just like, I don't want to eat. Like I don't know. Like during the very beginning, maybe like the first week when I was doing it, like I ate like a Snickers ice cream bar. I was just like, ew, like I don't want the milk in this anymore. And I think that was like probably the last thing I ate that wasn't vegan. And now I've been vegan for 4 years, and I'm just like, I feel the same that I felt when I ate like more of a I don't know, like omnivorous diet, I guess, like where I ate meat and just ate kind of like healthy, but ate meat and dairy and stuff. And I feel the exact same. I still feel like I'm like a healthy weight. So I was like, why would I eat all these animal products if I can be just as healthy vegan. And she's like a freaking amazing cook. So it's really not hard. Like it's hard finding stuff when you're out to eat sometimes, but when we're home, like we're eating good. Like you can look on my story on Instagram. We eat some pretty good stuff. So
yeah, you guys had that day in the life of, and she was making, and I was laughing at this one. He had this tub of soup.
Yes.
Yep.
And well, we might as well eat it all.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God, how are you going to eat all this? It's like this tub of vegetable soup stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
We just eat so much. We have these giant bowls that literally every night for dinner we just eat massive. And that's like another great thing about being vegan. You feel like you can just eat so much food because it's like, especially if it's like plants, like actual like vegetables and stuff, you can just eat so much of that stuff before you get like full, I guess. I don't know.
I'm scared to do it. I'm Presbyterian. No, I'm not pescatarian. I eat fish and fowl.
Okay.
I don't eat pork or red meat, and I never had. Oh, I did red meat, but I was never a pork eater. And everyone's just like, well, how do you? There's plenty of turkey and chicken substitutes of everything now.
Yeah.
But
there's so many things that you can just go to the I never knew that this was going to be. See, I was like this since I was a little kid. So
really?
I was 6 years old when I decided I didn't want to eat meat.
And did your parents go, no, you're eating what's on we put on the plate?
Yes, they did. They didn't they didn't really understand it. They were kind of like, what? Like, and I was like, I just don't eat animals. I love animals. I just couldn't eat them. I couldn't bring myself to eat them. So I just didn't eat them. And my mom was like, all right, I guess she's gonna have to figure out what to do with me, like make me eat something else. I don't know. So yeah, it's all right. So I don't know. I've been since I was little, and I don't know, I've evolved as I got older. Like I've changed my feelings about, like I was a vegetarian and then to a vegan, and it's just the thought processes evolve, and I just changed.
But not even like cheese. You're not really hurting the cow.
Yeah, I just don't want to eat something that. So this is what caused me to go from vegetarian to vegan. I was doing a research project. I was in college, and I was doing a research project on animal rights. And I read an article that kind of freaked me out to the point where it turned me from vegetarian to vegan. And it was when I learned that baby cows get taken from their mothers. And that was like, oh no, like that is so sad. Like, I don't want to do that just for dairy. Like, why would I take a baby cow from their mother? Like, I just felt so bad. So I was like, no. And I went, actually right after I read it, I went to the kitchen because I was hungry, opened the fridge, and I'm like, cheese, because I used to like love cheese. And I was like, cheese. And then I was like, no, baby cow. So I couldn't do it.
That's admirable. You could not pay my wife to give up cheese. My wife has a thing, we call it bedtime cheese.
Okay.
She has a cup, she takes it with water, and she has cheese on top of it.
Oh my God.
And she takes it up to the bedroom, and
oh my God.
She has we have a cheese drawer.
It literally has like something in like milk that it's like for like baby cows to make them like relaxed, kind of.
That's
like kind of like a
comforting.
mother's milk. It's like a comforting
There's actually
thing. It's like real science.
Something
like,
in cheese that
weird.
like when you eat it, it calms you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
It really does. It's weird.
I won't let my wife watch this part. No, you know what? And that's admirable. And you're right. You don't know how that milk's being extracted. You don't know how that animal is being treated.
Yeah.
You're right. And don't you convert me tonight. Is it hard for you, Nick?
Honestly, it was surprisingly easy, which is
Did you
weird.
get the meat shakes? You were like, I gotta get myself a hamburger, man.
Yeah, so it like you kind of feel like you like need something else at first, like the first couple weeks, but they have like all these like meaty like plant-based substitutes. Like they even have like beef jerky and stuff. And if you eat stuff like that, it kind of suits the same kind of vibe. And then after a while, you just kind of realize that it's more of like a placebo effect. Like you look at your plate and you're like, oh, there's no like meat on it. And you're like, once you start thinking of it as more of like macros, and you're like, you got like your fats, you got your carbs, and you got your protein, and you kind of know where everything comes from. You're like, oh no, like I'm straight. I got everything I need here on this plate. And it might be beans, or it might be, like a peanut butter sandwich or something. And you're still getting the nutrients. And as long as you're getting all the micronutrients too, then you're good. And after a while, like those kind of cravings kind of go away. And then you start to look at dairy and meat, and you're just like, oh, how did I eat that? Like it's weird. And
yeah. And there's so many substitutes. There's your what are they, Impossible, or
oh my God, yeah.
I've had some of those burgers, and you can't.
For sure.
I mean, you put enough ketchup and mustard on anything, you're not going to.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It tastes so. Put it in
story where I like made up a whole, like this was before I was vegan, but like I would always be like a big condiments guy, so I would add all these different things to my burger like before while my mom was getting it ready and cooking it. And I put so much stuff on it, I folded the burger all together and ate the whole thing and didn't even realize that there was no burger on it. So it's like really easy for me to be vegan because I love all foods. So it's so easy when you combine 9 or 10 things to kind of, that mock meat that's in there. It tastes like real meat at that point.
Maybe I'll give it a try. I'm doing the keto now. I lost a lot of weight last year, and then birthday, November, Thanksgiving, Christmas, almost wiped out everything.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy. And, I'd taken off 35 pounds. I probably put 25 of it back on. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a bad cycle. Now, I want to wrap. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. But I do want to ask Katie, because boys club stuff, as a female mountain biker, what's missing in the sport? What would you like to see more of?
Definitely more girls out riding. Maybe more encouragement from men, like if they see a woman, to kind of like speak up and encourage them, not like judge them or like make them feel like less than them or anything like that. So definitely encouragement and more female riders coming out and riding.
Do we need more clothing? Do we need more female styled bikes? Do we need?
I feel like we do need more clothing. I mean, why not?
I mean, do you have a hard time as a female mountain biker to find something that's comfortable for you to wear on a bike, or?
Kind of sometimes. I mean, it depends. I mean, I usually only wear like a couple outfits, but the stuff that I found fits me pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I could see room for improvement in that field though. So yeah.
And that's what I like about you too. And I wanted to bring this up, and I'm bad that I brought it up at the end, is that this is what I love about you too, is that you do encourage each other on camera.
Yeah.
We try to.
It's great. It's when she's taping you, there's a little cheerleading going on. And when you're doing the same thing following her, there's some cheerleading going. It's like you guys are like mountain biking. You found your happy place with each other there.
Seriously,
that you enjoy together, and that you bring the love that you have for each other and mountain biking together. I'm going to start crying.
Oh.
I think it's great. I'm not crying actually. It was just a bit.
It's true. It's our happy place. Like, I mean, if we're ever, stressed out or something, it's probably because we haven't been riding for, too long or something like that. So
it's true.
It's a great outlet for us.
I mean, but do you both get stoked when you're videotaping each other? You see each other accomplish something.
Yeah, because I see like her progress. Like we literally have never been on a mountain bike ride without each other. Like, I'll maybe like, pedal around the block to test something out or whatever, but we've never gone actually mountain biking without each other. So I know everything that she's done. So when I see her do something or, hit a jump, I'm just like so happy because it really feels like I'm accomplishing something too, like I can relate because we're basically one person. Like at this point, we literally do everything together. And when you do something awesome, I'm aware of it right away, and I'm stoked for you. So I feel like you do the same thing for me too.
Yeah.
My teeth hurt. You guys are so sweet. Well, I don't want to take up any more of you guys' time. This has been an incredible moment for me to meet you guys. I've become such a fan of yours.
Oh,
and so I'll end it now, Mr. and Mrs. I don't even know your last name.
Bear. So
B-A-R-E. That's right. That's right. Yep. That's your folks. Nick and Katie on YouTube. I will put it down here. Come on, man. You've done how many of these and I still can't do it yet? Just point, Nick. Somewhere it's going to be somewhere. Underneath you, maybe. Nick and Katie MTB somewhere down here, over there. I'll put your Instagrams, Katie MTB and Nick MTB.
Oh, Nikki B MTB.
Nikki, okay.
Instagram. Yep.
I had so many more questions, but I don't want to take up more of your time.
I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
You know, I'll ask in a second. Anywho, go on their page. I tell you, the folks, they've got a little something for everybody. They've got how-tos. They've got do this. They've got riding. So cute together. It hurts my core. Again, MTB, or no, Katie and I'm messing up now. I already said it. They're going to be here, there. Check it out. I'll put links. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is awesome talking to you.
This is so amazing.
Face to face.
Take care, guys.
You
too. You too. Thank you so much.